live, and I'm with Millie Moment on YouTube.
Hello.
Good morning, and how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, good. It was lovely to see you last weekend at the YouTubers get together.
Yeah, that was a brilliant day. It was really nice to put faces to the names of all the channels we watched, so it was really good.
Yeah, I think that we all watch the channels, but we've never met the people. I know some of the people have met each other,
Yeah,
especially the ones that live in the Torrevieja area,
yeah,
because obviously they're close to each other. But with me, being quite close to Denia, you
yeah.
know, I'm
I
a
was going to
long
say,
way
you're
away.
from Devon, aren't you? You
Yeah, I'm just outside Denia in a little village, but it's a long way, and I do go to Torrevieja to do filming, but not that often, not since the petrol prices went up,
oh, yeah,
because it's just so expensive.
yeah,
It's not the travelling, it's just pure expense. So that's why I don't do it so much. But it was great going down there at the weekend, seeing everyone,
yeah,
and
lovely.
it was a good turnout.
Yeah, it was really nice, and they're thinking of organising another one before next year as well, which will be
Yeah,
good.
they are. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I saw the comments yesterday about that. I think there's quite a few people that are away. You know,
yeah,
I mean, I think you're one of them. I think you're going to a
yeah,
wedding. Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know whether they'll go ahead with that or maybe even change the date.
Yeah, I
So
think we'll change the date because there's a lot of other people that can't make it in September.
yeah,
It'd be
yeah,
nice to have a get together.
yeah. If you're going to do it, you want to make sure that it's successful.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise you feel like you failed. By doing it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Mhm.
let's talk a bit about you.
Oh,
So,
put me on the
how long
spot.
how long have you been on your YouTube channel now?
Right. So I actually started my YouTube in lockdown
Oh
during
right,
COVID
yeah,
because I felt like, I mean, it wasn't travel related at all, but I wanted to make a video to put out there just to give people a few little tips and stuff, how to like stay, I can't remember what I called it, like how to stay sane during lockdown or something, and giving
right, yeah.
advice.
That was quite difficult.
Yeah, and I felt like because I love traveling so much, I was really struggling knowing that I couldn't book anything, I couldn't plan anything. So I needed ways to stay sane. So I just started my YouTube doing it during lockdown, and it was actually a really good time for me to learn how to use like Premiere Pro, how to like edit and how to make thumbnails and stuff. So I actually used my lockdown to learn how to start my YouTube channel and stuff like that.
Like
So
going back to school.
kind of, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it was good.
and
I
that
had lockdown.
and that's how you started doing it.
Yeah, that's kind of when it started for me. And then really, when I used to go traveling, like to Thailand, for example, all my friends and family would be like, "Oh, will you just get some videos and show us?" And I'd be filming it, and then I started just talking in the videos to try and give like bits of information and like recommendations and stuff. And people really liked it, so I thought,
Yeah,
oh, I feel like I could just do this around like my hometown and start videoing things. And I get a kick out of helping people have like a good time. So
yeah,
I always recommend where I go and give loads of information and stuff. And I love that. So yeah.
yeah. And you've been to some really interesting places as well, haven't you?
Yeah. Sri Lanka being my favourite.
Was it?
Yeah.
And also, I think you're quite brave because you're doing a lot now on your own. Flying off here and there, and you're going to hostels, you're meeting people, you're engaging with people. And going out with those people for either food or
Yeah.
they might go blogging with you or whatever. And
Yeah.
I think that I think for a woman on their own, I think that's quite brave. I think.
You know what? Everyone thinks I'm really brave and really confident, and it's not the case at all. It's just because I know that I want to be, and I know that I want to travel. And if I've got no one to come with me, I don't want it to stop me from doing it.
Going.
So
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
forcing myself into it. And I think, you know what? the more I do it, the more confident I'm going to get with it. But don't get
Absolutely.
me wrong,
Yeah.
I get really bad anxiety when I'm traveling, and people probably don't see that side of me,
No.
but I really do. And I just believe that if you push yourself into things that you're not comfortable with, you'll learn how to be comfortable in those situations. So
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
every time I've watched loads of your videos, and every time I've watched you, that doesn't come across at all.
yeah,
You come across as, confident, very professional at what you're doing, and you come across very, very well. So you
thank
hide it very well.
you. Yeah, I hide it. If you can't tell, I do hide it. But I find that vlogging, especially on my solo trips, helps me feel less alone. I
Right.
feel like I'm actually there with people. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
one thing.
it's fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I've always enjoyed it ever since I started. And there are people that don't like to be in front of the camera.
Yeah,
I've tried to interview people, and oh no 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 no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I said, but it's no problem. Just carry on as you are. Just carry on
yeah,
speaking. It's
yeah,
quite simple. And I've done people where we've recorded a video and they're sort of they're shaking because they're frightened about being in front of the camera.
yeah,
But you say to them, look, don't worry, because if it goes wrong, we just stop or
yeah.
we just carry on and we just edit.
Well,
That's
that's the
what
thing.
editing's about.
That's exactly it. I went vlogging on Sunday with my boyfriend, and it was his first time in one of my videos, and he was really nervous about being on camera. But I
Right.
was like, "Don't worry, just do whatever you're comfortable with." But the way I cut it anyway, I cut out all the bits where you're like, or you don't know what you're saying. I cut all that out, so it looks
Yeah.
like you've said it all in one piece, all correct anyway.
Well,
So
that's what editing's about, though, isn't it?
yeah,
It's about tidying it up, really, because
yeah,
people don't believe sometimes that I maybe do 20, 25 separate bits of video, and then you put them all together.
yeah,
Because there's so much stuff that you personally don't like
yeah,
that you want to get rid of anyway. You
yeah.
know.
Okay.
But people don't realise that all goes on behind the scenes, and
Yeah,
then you put your music and you put your graphics on,
yeah,
and it's all, people think, oh, once the video's done, that's the end of it, But of
yeah.
course, we know different because it's all got to be put together and put out on YouTube. That's the thing.
Yeah. Can I just ask you, how long would it take you to edit one of your videos?
That's a good question because sometimes I can do. They're usually about 7 or 8 minutes long. I don't do long ones.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can do that within an hour, and then sometimes it might take me 3 hours. It
Oh my
depends.
god.
It depends
That
how many problems I get.
that's good.
When I'm uploading, because sometimes the uploading takes longer than the editing. Because they've got to come from the phone
Yeah.
onto the laptop. So there's issues there sometimes, but I
Yeah.
can spend maybe even longer sometimes.
I spend hours and hours
Do
editing.
you? Yeah,
But I feel like I'm a perfectionist and I'm so critical of myself. I always think, oh, that that doesn't really make sense there. I'll cut that bit out. Oh, let's
yeah.
throw that bit back in. And I'm so overcritical
I
that
think it's a good. I'm not saying my way is the right way, but I think it's just sometimes it works like that, And I try to do clean starts, and I try to do clean cuts at the end,
yeah,
so it makes it a lot easier when you are editing
yeah,
because you haven't got all that playing around, to do as well. So I think it helps the way you film,
yeah,
um, but it can take forever. It can take forever.
yeah.
So
And the most disappointing thing is when it takes you hours of editing, you finally upload it, and it could be one of those videos that don't get that many views, and you
you
feel
never
like you
know.
wasted your time.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, I some of the views that I've had on some of my videos, I think, well, how the heck did it get that many, or how didn't it get that
Yeah,
many?
yeah,
There's one of mine which was done like I'm 5 years in now of YouTube, and I think I did it in the first year. I'm sure I did, and it was Benidorm. And I looked at it the other day because you don't often go back and look at your
No.
videos and see how many views you've got, do you?
Yeah.
And
No. No.
I looked the other day and it had 38,000 views,
Wow, that's
you
brilliant.
know. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I could do with one of those every week.
Yeah. Oh, if only.
That would sort us out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So apart from your obviously the YouTube side of things, what else do you get up to?
So, as you know, I'm in a band, so that's just my full-time job. I gig 5 or 6 nights a week, and I also teach drums in the daytime. So, but most of my students now are actually over 50.
Are
Surprise!
they? Oh,
Like
crikey.
I've been teaching now for years, and it's always been kids, and then just a few people over 50, over 60 would get in touch and be like, "Is it too late for me to start learning?" I'm like, "Absolutely not. It's
No,
never too late for anything." And now every like most of my students are in their 50s, 60s, 70s even,
crikey.
and they're
That's
only just
good.
starting as well.
I mean, do they have to read music, or do you
No,
just you don't? Right. So
no.
it's all done without reading music.
Well, I write things in my own ways. I don't
Right.
write like music notes, but I write it in a really simple way that like children would understand it. It's really basic. So I put like a cross for one drum or a circle for another one and just follow it. It's like a karaoke machine
Oh, right.
with
Okay.
drumming.
Yeah. But it works,
It
obviously.
works. It's really simple.
Yeah. And you get those repeat people coming back all the time.
Every week I've got the same people.
So they have weekly lessons.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the bands, you play with more than one band.
Yeah, so technically I've got 3 bands. The Cages, which is my main band, I gig with them every night.
Right.
Uh, Apart from Fridays now, I'm with my sister's band. It's called Indigo. I only started that last year, but yeah, that's with my sister, her partner, and my ex-boyfriend, who everyone
Ah,
probably recognises from my YouTube channel, Ronan.
well, Rowan, he was on a lot of your videos.
Yeah, so he's in the band.
Right.
So we do the rock band called Indigo, but the same 4 of us also do a band called Retrospect, which is all disco, like dance music, party music. It's good for like birthdays or weddings or stuff like that.
And you get plenty of work, with the bands.
Yeah, I'm fully booked.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's good, isn't it?
yeah,
Because there's a lot of people doing it, over here in Spain, isn't there?
yeah.
And I think that puts a lot of pressure on you if you're trying to get places to play all the time.
Yeah, well, I think the more bands, the better, really. And for the last couple of years, there haven't been that many other bands going, but now there's started to come more bands on the scene, and I think it's great because I think we
Mm,
need more music in this area. I think, especially when I have a night off, I want to go and watch a band, and
yeah,
there's not that many. There's not that many bands around. I think I wish there was more,
yeah.
but that's why I'm training up my drummers. So
Ah,
we can
so I
get the
mean,
band.
the people that you're training, are they just training for their own sake, or are they training for a reason?
Yeah, well, most of them I think are just doing it for fun, for hobbies. They have no intention of starting a band and gigging.
No.
But there's some that would get up in a jam session if they went to watch other musicians. They'd get up on stage if they knew a song. But then I've got a few kids who they dream of doing what I'm doing now.
Right.
They say when I'm your age, I want to have my own band and do this and that. So yeah, it's different for everyone really. But there's no right or wrong. If you don't want to be in a band, that's fine. It's just
Yeah.
fun. It's a form of exercise as well, I think.
And I mean, I think there's a drum kit behind you, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. That's
Yeah. So do you teach in that room as well, do you?
no. That's just my practice kit.
Right.
I teach at my parents because they've got like an underbuild which is done out as a music room,
Right.
and I teach there. But it's only 2 minutes away, so
Oh, so it's not so bad.
no, it's fine.
Because I was just wondering, how the neighbours were.
It's weird actually. I moved into this house in December, and I found out my next door neighbour's a drummer, so he doesn't mind at all.
Absolutely perfect then.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. So, do you get up to anything else, or is that pretty much the main thing in your life?
Um. Well, my life feels like it's revolved around drumming,
Yeah,
which is all good, but obviously travel is my biggest passion.
yeah,
So when I'm not doing anything else, chances are I'm researching where I'm going next,
yeah.
or just doing a bit of research, trying to figure out where I'm going, booking holidays and stuff.
And
But this
where
is
are you going next?
well, this is it. This is the first time I've never had anything booked,
Oh,
and
right.
haven't got any plans. I've got a few days free in September, which I might do some more solo traveling around Spain.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'm thinking in January, maybe Costa Rica.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I've not been there, but yeah, I mean, I've been in Spain for almost 16 years now.
Have you?
Yeah, and I tend not to get out. I tend to just stay here, really.
Yeah.
Because I spoke to someone a few weeks ago, and I said, "Oh, I wouldn't mind, sort of going away out of Spain."
Yeah.
And they said to me, "The trouble is that wherever you go, if you go to like a beach location, it's just like being in Spain anyway."
Yeah.
He said, "So, what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point in spending the money?" Unless you go to something totally different.
Yeah.
You go to look at, I don't know, old buildings or whatever the case may be. But if you go to like a beach location, you're
Yeah.
almost copycatting exactly what you're doing now.
Yeah. Have you
So
been all around Spain? Like, have you been up north and?
I've done quite a bit. I mean, I've been as far as Barcelona, and I've
Mhm.
been as far as Madrid. Um, but I haven't been up to like Galicia. Is it Galicia? Galicia?
Yeah, I haven't been there either.
No, I've been to San Sebastian,
Yeah, that's lovely, isn't it? There.
which is very close to all that. But no, it's I think that I think a lot of the problem, like when you retire, like obviously I am, and I've been retired since I was 58, so a long time now. The trouble is, it's finances. You can't do all the things you want to do
Yeah.
because the Brits have got the worst pensions in Europe, and everyone complains about it. We pay a lot of money in through our lifetimes, yet when it gets to retirement, the levels of monies that they pay you is very, very poor. And we're only lucky at the moment because over the last 12 months, since April last year to April this year, we've managed to get an 18.5% pay increase on our pensions. But,
Yeah.
it's not enough to live on, really.
No.
People think it is, but it's not. I think if there's two of you, if you're married or you're living with someone and you've got two lots of pension coming in, I think you can manage okay. But
Yeah.
when there's just one of you and you're paying for everything and you've got a car, and you run a YouTube channel, which, as you know, buying equipment is not cheap.
Not at all. That's why
Uh,
I'm still on the same camera equipment that I started with.
Yeah, well, I mean, I blog, and do everything on my iPhone, which is not September last year, September the year before. So it's 2 years old almost,
Yeah.
and that's the 14. But I do everything on there. I could buy myself just a camera like an Osmo, Pocket 3 or something like that, which are
Yeah.
very, very good. But you end up with two lots of equipment that one you've got to buy for a start.
Yeah.
Two, you've got to carry it all around with you. And it becomes a nightmare. So
Yeah. This is the
with a
reason.
phone, at least you get your WhatsApp, you get your email, you use it for
You've got
filming.
it for everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just one piece of equipment,
Yeah.
so it's worth doing. But yeah, I mean, I've changed equipment, a few times over 5 years. So you intend to start doing a lot more blogging now?
Yeah. I'm gonna try and get back into it because I do really enjoy it.
Yeah,
Um, it's just because I've left it so long because I've been so busy. I haven't really got round to vlogging. I think the longer you go without doing it, you just lose your confidence.
Yeah.
But after that YouTuber meetup the other day, and everyone was just saying how much they enjoyed my content, it's just really given me that boost that I needed to just get back
Yeah.
there and keep doing it.
Yeah, they were all saying the same thing, you know, and which is great, you know. And if that gives you that confidence, then you know you've got to go for it. And I
Yeah,
think, you know, once you're out there doing it, I don't think it's too bad. Like you say, it's like having someone else with you, you know.
yeah. It's kind of like going to the gym, really. It's not being there that's the difficult part. It's actually getting up and going out and just going there. That's the
Yeah,
hardest part. Once you're
yeah. No, I
there or
think
once you're doing it, it's fine.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I mean, you know, I've done a lot on my own over the 5 years. You know, because up until about a year ago, I was totally on my own all the time. You
Really.
know, yeah. But you know, I used to drive everywhere, and you know, I used to sort of please myself, and I stopped when I had lunch, or you
Yeah,
know, I do whatever I wanted to do. So it was quite easy. You know, I met up with various people, like going to Barcelona.
yeah,
I met up with someone there, and we went together, and we went all around the city because they knew the city because they lived there.
yeah,
So it was easier for me just to follow them around, you know,
yeah,
and
definitely.
then just do the videos as we went. But no, I enjoy it. I enjoy it, and I enjoy the whole process because
Yeah,
I enjoy the editing as well.
yeah,
And I think, you know, when you watch it back, especially if you watch it on your TV or something, you think, oh, you know, that looks okay. You
yeah.
know,
You know, there's
I'm
some.
quite pleased. You
Yeah,
know,
there's some that you watch and you're like, oh, I'm quite proud of that one.
yeah, yeah. And, you know, and like you said, some of them you never understand why you get a few hundred views or you get a few thousand views. You know,
Yeah,
you never know why. You never
yeah.
understand. You know.
Can I just ask you, like, if you do have a favourite, which is your favourite video that you've gone out and filmed and you watch it and you think that is my favourite one of mine?
Um, I don't know about the favourite video, but the favourite location is Gandia. I love
Really?
Gandia. Yeah, I
I've
love
never been
Gandia.
there.
Yeah, it's such a. I mean, you've got the town itself, you know, which is really nice. It's tree lined, and it's got
Oh,
some, you know, nice places there to eat and drink. And also, it's got the beach as well, and the beach is phenomenal. You know,
oh, I'll have
absolutely
to go there.
fantastic. Yeah, I mean, those videos always do quite well for me.
Yeah.
I went on last time I actually went anywhere on my own because, as you know, I'm in this damn wheelchair at the moment. I went there on New Year's Day, and I've done it for the last I think either 2 or 3 years. And I did that, and I got round on my own somehow. And but the video, I mean, there was hardly anyone there. It was like, you know, going to a ghost town, you know.
Really?
But you know, the video did really well, and I was quite shocked, you know, how well it
Oh,
did, you know. So you just don't know. You just don't know what they're going
yeah,
to do, you know.
yeah,
I mean, we all hope for, you know, hundreds and thousands of views because it makes a difference, obviously financially, you know,
yeah.
because YouTube don't pay you for nothing. So, you know, but so going back to have you got plans of places that you want to go to do more blogging or
Yeah, well, I've got like a little list on my phone of places that I do want to go to because I do want to try and cover a lot of the main towns, the main cities in Spain.
right?
Because I think if I made one really good video in one place, if someone finds that, they'll find all my other places, and
Yeah,
hopefully that'll lead them to subscribe then.
yeah.
Uh, but then I don't feel like the trains. I mean, obviously, I get a train quite a lot in Spain to go to like Madrid or Barcelona or anywhere further, but I don't feel like there's enough places that you can get to from Alicante, if you
Mm,
know what I mean. Like, for example, if I wanted to go to, for example, like Almeria, I
mm,
think I'd have to drive
mm.
because, and it's what is that like 2 to 3 hours from
I would
me.
have thought. Yeah, I would have thought so.
So
Yeah,
I don't want to drive that on my own because
right,
my maximum driving is like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
right.
Um, but so if I want to go there, I don't know how I would get there.
Yeah,
So I wish the
yeah.
train system over here went to a lot more places, but
Can you not go Alicante, Valencia, and then go from Valencia to wherever you want to go?
I've never looked into it.
Well, I know that, when I went to Barcelona, I had to go from, my area, Denia, which was Gandia. So from Gandia to Valencia, and then you walk round to another platform, and you get on the train to go to
Yeah.
Barcelona. So there must be sort of outlets coming off, I would have thought.
Yeah. I mean, when I did my Cordoba and Cadiz trip, I had to go to Madrid first to connect to Cordoba.
Yeah,
So yeah, like there must be connection.
must be.
Yeah.
Yeah, there must be, because I think the train service here is quite good, and they're quite clean, aren't they? The
Yeah.
trains.
And they're really comfortable. You got quite a big seat, and yeah, they are very comfortable.
And you
Um,
get a plug underneath your seat to charge your laptop or your phone
yeah.
or whatever you've got, which is
And I
good.
find they're always on time as well.
Yeah, no, it's much better than what they are in the UK. Well, all they are in the UK is just continuing on strike. That's what they
Really.
seem to do over there. That's all I hear on the news. Train drivers on strike, but they get phenomenal money. So I don't know why they go on strike so often. But there you go. That,
Yeah.
that's what happens in England.
Yeah.
So in the future, you want to make sure that you go to maybe some bigger places. So if you've got ideas of the main towns or cities over here?
Hmm. There's a few on my list. It's not really a city, but I want to go to Nerja,
Oh yeah,
and I think Frigilana is right next
yeah.
to it.
Frigliana's lovely.
Oh,
You'll
have you
like
been?
that. Oh, I've been. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I would
yeah,
love to go there. And maybe Tarifa because I know you can do windsurfing there,
yeah.
and I love going to new places and doing an activity
Right.
that's like popular in that place and trying new things like that way.
Yeah.
Um, and I've heard Toledo. That's
Oh yeah, yeah.
right,
I've been there. Yeah, I've
and
been there.
Segovia.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, there's a few random towns that I haven't been to yet, which I
Yeah,
want
I
to try
don't.
and
I
check
don't
off.
think. Yeah, I don't think they need to be like massive, like say Barcelona is, because Barcelona is such a sprawling place.
Yeah,
It's like London. It seems to start forever and go on forever.
yeah,
But I don't think it needs to be those sorts of sizes. Really, I think there's a lot of other locations that you can go to
yeah.
and really enjoy, and
Yeah,
also get good content as well.
definitely. And I feel like if I'm on my own as well, I think I'd feel safer in more of like a small Spanish town rather
Yeah.
than a city like Barcelona. I don't think I would go to Barcelona on my own.
No, I felt Barcelona was very
Yeah,
expensive. For what it is. It's just a tourist trap.
yeah,
That's all it is. It's like London. I think it's like London, like Paris. Like Amsterdam. I think they're all in the same sort of mode, aren't they?
hmm,
Because of they are the main cities of those countries.
yeah.
So that's what you're going to get. So in respect to the future, for you and your channel, how do you see things going in the future?
Well, I would just like to put out as many videos as I can about all different parts of Spain. I don't really have any interest in filming other countries anymore. I
No.
don't like the pressure of, as you say, like taking all your camera equipment to a different country, and
Yeah.
then I also feel a lot of pressure to make sure you get all the information right everywhere you're going, and I think it might take out like the fun side of my travel. So
Yeah.
that's why I've said that I'm going to stick to Spain-based videos from now on.
Yeah.
Uh, and I'm just hoping to get as many places as I can on my channel to help people out. If people are coming to Spain and they want to know where the best places are,
Yeah.
I hope that my channel will be able to provide all the information that they're looking for. But at the same time, as you probably know, like we don't get paid enough to stress about it.
No.
So I'm just going to try and enjoy this more as a hobby now, rather than putting the pressure on myself to, make sure I'm getting one out every week. Just film whenever I get chance and do it when I feel like I'm enjoying it, and I don't want to get to that point where I'm not enjoying it anymore.
I think once it's like anything in life. Once you stop enjoying something, then you have to get out of it.
Yeah,
Because it doesn't work for you. It doesn't
yeah,
work for you.
definitely.
but hopefully that won't happen in respect of the YouTube, you
Yeah.
know, and because you've got your drumming and you've got your bands. I mean that's a lot of pressure anyway because you're doing that so frequently.
Yeah.
It's hard to try and squeeze other things in, and it's not. If you go out today filming, it's not like you leave home at 9 and you're back at 12. You're gone all day, aren't you?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the difference, I think. I mean,
Yeah.
we left on Saturday at 9. In near Benidorm, which is where I picked Helen up from, and we didn't get back till 7.
Yeah.
So it's a long day.
Definitely.
You
And
know,
when I used to, when I first started my YouTube after lockdown and I started going out filming, I used to commit to filming and posting once a week, but it took over my whole life. Like I spend one full day filming, I would probably take 4 days editing, and
right?
by the time you've posted it and you've uploaded it, and you're like, oh, thank God that's done. Then you've got to start all over again for the next week. And I just
Yeah.
felt like I had no social life. I had no free time for myself. And
No.
it was too much.
Yeah. It sounds horrific. I mean, I've got videos uploaded now until the middle of June.
Wow.
So if I go out, I try to do at least a minimum of one a week.
Yeah.
If not, do two or maybe three a week. Depends.
Yeah.
It depends where I go.
Yeah.
Last week, I was here and I did Javier Old Town Market in the middle of the week, and then Saturday we drove down obviously to Torrevieja and we did a couple down there. So last week I did three. But I've not edited any of them yet.
Yeah.
They're still on the computer waiting for me to, get off my fat backside and get on with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if it's a pleasure, if it's an enjoyment, then you'll carry on doing it, won't you?
Definitely.
You know.
Definitely.
So that's what we sort of hope for in the future because we want to see lots of your videos
Thank you.
because all the ones we've watched so far have been very, very good.
Thank
And there's absolutely no reason to stop doing them.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we'll talk again in the future and we'll see how
Definitely.
you're going
Yeah.
and see what travels you've been on.
Yeah.
And then, hopefully, we'll find out more about you.
Yeah. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
All right then, Millie. We'll speak soon.
Speak soon. Thank you so much
Okay.
for having me on.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.